We're now capturing the screen that's on the page, and hopefully this is going to work for you. I'm going to give you a little demonstration today of how to go about putting in listings on the screen. One of the first things you want to do is go to ICIWorld.net. That's the page that we're now on. If you click theoretically on ICI World Home, it will refresh itself and bring itself back up. Click on Member Management at the top in the middle, and you should see another page come up, Member Management for Executive Members. And if we go all the way to the left here, you'll see a whole bunch of choices on the left-hand side. Well, make sure that you're logged in on the left-hand side, and we're going to suggest that if you're at the office, you use the end of session. That means once you're finished your session, you're finished, and leave it on end of session when you do it. If you're using a computer at home, you can actually make it for, say, 1 year at a time, your login expiry. That way, you don't have to log in every single time you come on. Make sure the little check mark is there, log into site, and then just sort of click on that, and you'll get a little welcome screen. Now, when you click on Add, Have, Want on the left-hand side, a form comes up that allows you to kind of do things in the middle here. But you need to read this subject line help starting right here. And the subject line help, it says, please remember the 4 ingredients to be included in the subject line: location, type, price, and or size, and sizzle, and generally in the same order. And for wants, you must type the word wanted in the beginning of the subject line, maximum 160 characters. So if we were to do a short little want here today, how it would go is you'd simply type in wanted, and then you follow the guideline of the 4 ingredients. And if it's location and you're looking for something in the GTA, you really got to type the eastern and western, what we call geographic limitations. So you might say Hamilton to Oshawa, and say maybe north to Barrie. And if you're looking for a shopping center, you type it in, shopping center. And if you want to say from 500,000 to, let's say, 1.5 million, is one of the ways that we kind of do it. It's not wrong if you spell it out, but that's a way to do it. That gives you the location. You'll notice you've got it, Hamilton, Oshawa to Barrie. You've got the type of property, shopping center. You've got the price range and or a size range, if it's 10 to 50 units, if it's an apartment building, or if it's 1,500 to 1,800 square feet, if it's an industrial building, that kind of thing. Generally in the same order. And then at the end, you'll notice there's a sizzle there. Sizzle for a buyer means what's so good about your buyer in the marketplace over any other buyer in the marketplace. And it could be cash, and it could be can act quickly. Those are just, it could be qualified, many different things, anxious, motivated, anything like that can help. Again, you select your business area, Canada, in this case, and if you select Ontario, and you're going to have to select Greater Toronto Area, but because Hamilton is sort of in the southwestern Ontario region, you got to also choose that by holding the control button down on your keyboard. You can select and deselect items by holding the control button down. In this case, you also have to select Eastern Ontario because that's where Oshawa is, Greater Toronto, and then also Hamilton, the far western end, is including southwestern Ontario. So now if we go down the page just a little bit, location city optional, again, you can type it in Hamilton to Oshawa to Barrie. Our information is being read in many different ways. You change the have want to a want. That's what we're putting in. And go down this little choice of business category down to shopping centers. Let's click on that. Again, if you type in shopping centers in the type description, our information comes up in many different ways. So it's always good to fill in these blanks because people mix and match things in many different ways, and your information will come up. You put the 500,000 in there, and it has to be a proper numerical number, and you put that in there. And then you can go all the way down and jump directly down to the comments area, which you'll notice here is more than halfway down. And again, you can say cash and can act quickly. Okay, Now, if you go right down to the very bottom of the page, you can, if you had a buyer brokers agreement, you could click on that and select buyer brokers. We're just going to sort of leave it blank. And the last question says, will you allow your listings to be advertised on other brokers' websites? We always recommend yes, because it's greater exposure in the marketplace for your listings. You click on submit information. We usually wait about 4 or 5 seconds and then click on the little OK that pops up. Your listing should appear on the screen, and you'll notice that it's being emailed out to all these various email list services. There's over 10,000 emails that are going out every single day. Now, this is how you see this information from a member maintenance point of view, but I would like you to see how the public sees it. And one way to do that is to click on Latest World on the left. And when you do, you'll see your information come up. And if you look at that listing right there, and then you click on it, you'll see the information kind of come on the screen. And so that's how the information, and if you want to change the information and modify it, you click on My Listings. You'll see your listings come up on the screen. The very first one that comes up says Modify. If you want to modify it, you can click on Modify. It comes up and you can make the changes to this listing. You go down to the bottom of the page and you can click on Modify Record. Or conversely, if we just hit back there and clicked on the word Delete, that listing would click on Delete and click on OK. The record has been deleted and that's gone. Again, if you click on Latest World, you'll see that it's gone, and that's it. There's about 50 to 100 new listings coming in every single day. Keep your listings up to date. Every 30 to 90 days, you should always renew them. If you renew them within 30 days, they do not get emailed out to the industry. By the way, everyone, make sure you click on Get Haves and Wants by email. We're going to cover that in another session now, how you can receive listings by email. Any questions, please feel free to call our office, 416-840-6227. If you ever need to contact us, click on Contact Us, and the phone numbers are right on the screen. That's it for adding a listing, and this session is now done.